Hi there. Today we're going to assign materials to this streetscape sweep. So the first thing we need to do is assign a material ID to each surface of the section diagram. So we'll zoom in on the section diagram, just select the spline itself, go into the segments, and we want to break this up by segment. So if we just highlight the two there, scroll down to surface properties, set ID to 1. We'll then go to the next surface we want to change. So that'll be an ID of 2. And then the next surface will be almost like the gutter. We'll select ID to 3. And then finally, the landscape buffer, which will be more or less each edge, and we'll assign that to 4. Okay, now we have assigned our material ID. Now we want to add a environment to make sure our renders are clear. So in order to add a environment, we need to go into the materials editor. We'll add a HDRI sky environment. So if we just drag that into the materials panel, we'll choose a sky there. We will then just open the environment tab, and we'll just connect this HDRI sky into the environment. Make that an instance copy. Okay, so now we have some lighting. The next thing that we want to do is download some materials. So you can do that in multiple ways, but what you really need to do is go to a PBR website and download various textures. I've already downloaded some textures that I've compiled into a document here. So once you've downloaded, you need to add your textures. We do that by going into the Slate Materials Editor, clicking Utilities, Import PBR Material. Let's clear that previous selection. I want to import a number of materials. So firstly, we'll import this concrete. Click Open. Secondly, we will import this walkway. Open. Thirdly, we will import this pavement. Open that one. And finally, we will import this grass texture. Open that. Okay, so all we need to simply do now is click Create for Materials. Okay, so now we have our 4 materials ready to go. This has created some teapots to assign the materials, but that's okay, we'll just leave that, and we'll assign these materials to our streetscape. So the way that we will be doing that is a multi/sub object, where we can assign multiple materials to the one object. So you can find that here. You just need to drag and drop that into the materials editor. It'll give you a number of material IDs here, a name, and then the submaterial you can assign in here. So what we'll do is just going back to the start of this presentation, the first material that we added was to do with the tram platform. The second material we added was to do with the shared path on either side of the tram. Third material was the small gutter on one side, and the fourth material is the landscape buffer. Okay, so the rest of these we can delete by just deleting them like that. All right, so now we can simply assign the material to each section of our streetscape. So first of all, we wanted to add the pavement. So we'll just click this knob and add it to the tram platform. The next, we will add the walkway, and that will form the shared path. So we'll click that in there. The next material we want to change is the concrete, so we'll make that the gutter. And the fourth material is the grass, so we'll just add that into the landscape buffer there. So once we have added all four of our materials to this sub object, we just need to apply this to our streetscape. So you just click and drag it in there. Okay, so now we've applied our materials. The next thing we need to do is to make sure the materials are proportionate to the surface that we've done here. So there's a modifier you can use to do that. So if you jump into the modifier list and search for the UVW map, what you can do using this modifier is change the mapping parameters. So in this scenario, we probably want to use a box as opposed to a planar surface. And we just want to increase the tiles to around about 100, but we'll give that a go and just see how it looks. So we'll just quickly do a high quality render, see how that turns out. And that's still rendering up, but it looks generally okay. Another way we can do it is a quick render here. And there we have our streetscape.